Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia. Let's talk books. Today I am here with a tag. This is the 20 questions tag. Is that what it is? Yes, I was tagged by Cousin over at Always Doing, and the original creator of the tag is by the book on Goodreads. I loved watching Cousin answer all these questions, so I'm so glad that she tagged me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the questions, and I haven't prepped any answers. I haven't given it a ton of thought, so let's see how I do. The first question is, how many books is too many books in a book series? I'm reading the in-depth series, which has now, 52 books, so there's no such thing as too many books in a book series. I like long series because it becomes comfort reading to me. I've gotten to know the characters, the stories are good, the writing is good, then there really cannot be enough books in a series. And also when it's a long series, you expect some duds or some not so great books, and then, some really great ones. So I have no limit. Question number 2, how do you feel about cliffhangers? Ooh, in a series, I don't necessarily like it. I like serialized books in a long series where you get a complete story in one book, and I think that's what I really like in the in-depth series, that every book is it's like an episode of Law and Order, right? There are hundreds of episodes, but every episode is contained, or the story within the episode is contained. On the other hand, I have read other series that can do cliffhangers and do it well, as long as I have the next book ready to go. Question number 3, hard copy or paperback? I prefer reading paperbacks when I have a physical copy, but I've started to not mind hardcovers as much anymore. So there we go. I prefer the paperbacks, but I recognize the value of the hardcovers, especially when it comes to collecting books. Question number 4 is favorite book. For a long time I have said that my favorite book is Persuasion by Jane Austen. And I think I'm going to have to stick with that because it's too hard. I have a favorite author, and it's not Jane Austen, but we'll leave it at that. Least favorite book. Ooh, least favorite. I can't pick. I have books that I have DNF'd recently. I have books that I've rated poorly. But least favorite book? I don't know. I don't have one. Ooh. I just don't have a book that I absolutely dislike or anything like that. Question number 6 is love triangles, yes or no? Yes. Give me all the love triangles. I love love triangles. Yeah. I really do. I mean, in romances, I love that when there isn't a love triangle, but I love in supernatural or urban fantasy books, when there is a love triangle, and not in a Twilight love triangle kind of thing, because I didn't like that one, but I do generally like love triangles. Question number 7, the most recent book you just couldn't finish. Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. Couldn't finish. It's too much of an investment, and it wasn't a horrible book. I just was forcing myself to read, and I've decided that in 2021 I don't have time to force myself to read books. Question 8, a book you're currently reading. Okay, I'm reading several books. The one I'm really into that I plan on finishing tonight is Ring Shout. I'll put a picture up. Good. It's very good. Question number 9, last book you recommended to someone. Check out my last video. I recommended a lot of books. But I suppose I would have to go with All Systems Read by Martha Wells. I have recommended this to someone recently. Okay, question 10, oldest book you've read. Oh, publication date. I have a few old ones behind me. The Ramayana is probably very ancient. I've read the Iliad. I've read Sun Tzu's The Art of War. One of those probably has to be the oldest. I don't know which one though. I would have to look that up. But probably one of those. Newest book you've read. Oh, something that's just come out. Ooh, Transcendent Kingdom, probably. Yeah. Favorite author? Ah, voila, a question finally here that I've been prepping for. Silvia Moreno Garcia. I have Mexican Gothic back here somewhere, but I just have really fallen in love with her stories, and I just got approved for Velvet is the Night, her 2021 release on NetGalley, so I'm so excited. Question 13, buying books or borrowing books? Ooh, I mean, if you look at my wrap-ups, I'm pretty half and half in terms of books I own and books I borrow from the library. I don't like borrowing books from like friends or family members or just other people because I feel like it's too much responsibility, because I wouldn't want a book I lent someone to come back like damaged. And I have dogs, coffee all over the place, wibbly wobbly tables, and I just don't feel comfortable borrowing books from other people. But the library I'm cool with somehow. Yeah, pretty 50-50 on that. If it's a really good book that I want to reread, I want to own it. But I also like using my library. Yeah. 14, a book you dislike that everyone else seems to love. Look at my video of worst books of 2020. Pretty much every book in that category counted. But Wolf Hall is the most recent one. Historians love that book. A lot of people love that book, and I couldn't make myself read it. So there we go. Question 15, bookmarks or dog ears? Oh my god, I'm going to be banished from the book community. I prefer a bookmark, but if I don't have a bookmark or laying around, I will dog ear the hell out of a book. I leave now in shame. Question 16, a book you can always reread. I'm not a huge rereader, but I have reread a lot of Jane Austen and Agatha Christie, and yeah, those are very easy to reread for me. Can you read while hearing music? No, not music with words. If it's instrumental music, I can handle that. But I prefer reading in silence rather than with noise in the background. Yeah, especially if the lyrics have words, then I'm very much a lyric person when it comes to music. And so my mind's paying attention to the lyrics, and that, interferes with my reading of words. Question number 18, one point of view or multiple point of views? Ooh, both. I will take both. I guess I prefer a small number of point of views, like one or two, but I've also read books like Homegoing, which every chapter is in a different point of view, and I loved that one. Yeah, so I really don't have a preference there. Book number 19. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? It's become over multiple days, and the last few months, I think it's taken me even longer than normal. Sometimes I can read a book in 1 or 2 days, 1 or 2 sittings, and in the last few months I haven't been able to do that even with books that I would normally do that with. So it's probably because I'm teaching at the same time, so my mind gets occupied by student emails, grading, lesson planning, all these other things, and I just require more time to finish a book. Question number 20, who do you tag? You can invite them to the group to do the tag. Who do I tag? I don't know. I think this tag's been going around for a while, hasn't it? I need to look up who hasn't done it. If you haven't done it and you're watching this and you want to do it, you can consider yourself tagged by me, because I'm like, I don't know who hasn't done it. That was fun though. 20 questions real quick. Let me know what your thoughts are on some of these questions and some of my answers down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.